An Inglewood father dies trying to protect his kids when an arsonist goes on a shooting rampage tonight. Police are trying to track down the killer. Good evening. I'm Sandra Mitchell in for Rob Schmidt.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Susie Sudd. The father and his 4-year-old boy were killed. 3 kids and their mother survived. The fire broke out early this morning on West 99th Street in Inglewood. The shooting started a few minutes later after that. KCAL9's Amanda Burden is live near the scene of the crime tonight with the latest on the suspect. Amanda.
Susie, police are calling on this killer to turn himself in. They say that he is armed and dangerous and still on the loose. Now, investigators say there is a chance that he perished in the home that he set on fire. But tonight, investigators are still searching the crime scene and have not found any signs of the suspect. We do have the shooter's name and photo. Here it is. Police say it was 55-year-old Desmond John Moses from Haiti who set his home on fire around 4 this morning and then entered a separate home at the front of the property wearing a painter's mask. That's where police say he opened fire on a family of 6, killing a father and son and seriously injuring the mother and 2 other children. Now, tonight, investigators are warning TSA to keep a lookout for Moses in case he tries to flee the state or country. They say Moses lived here for 17 years and for the last few months had a dispute with the victims, but they won't say exactly what the arguments were about. Now, as for those victims, police say the parents, 33-year-old Philemon Lamas and 28-year-old Gloria Jimenez, tried desperately to shield their children from gunfire. Lamas throwing his body in front of his kids, Jimenez braving her own gunshot wounds as she carried her dying 4-year-old son from the house. Now, sadly, the father and 4-year-old died, and tonight 2 other children along with their mother are in the hospital. Again, police say Desmond John Moses could be armed and dangerous, and they want the public's help putting him behind bars.
And we are seeking the public's help in terms of apprehending this individual. I am directly appealing to Mr. Moses to turn himself in. We will help facilitate that if he so chooses. At the same time, we are aggressively looking for Mr. Moses in connection with this crime.
And back live, as you can see, still an active scene here tonight as investigators continue to search the crime scene and neighboring homes. Now, investigators say that Moses was a hoarder, so it could take a long time for them to go through all the rubble in his home. Meantime, earlier this morning, police did evacuate neighbors here, but they have allowed residents to return to their homes. Meantime, if you have any information about Moses' whereabouts, you're urged to call Inglewood Police right away. Reporting live in Inglewood, Amanda Burden, KCAL9 News.
We have some breaking news to tell you about right now. A press conference just getting underway in Inglewood. We brought you this top story. An arson and murder shakes a neighborhood in Inglewood. Let's listen in now.
Are you live? Okay. Good evening. My name is Chief Mark Fronerato with the Inglewood Police Department. Here to release some suspect information on a tragedy that happened here today in the 4900 block of East 99th Street. The suspect lived in the rear residence and knew the individuals in the front. There appears to be some type of dispute between this individual and the folks who lived in the front. Although I'm not going to get into the details of that dispute. However, the suspect's name is Desmond John Moses, and we're going to release a photo of him through my PIO, Lieutenant James Madia. Will release that immediately. He's approximately 55 years old, male, black, of Haitian descent, 5'6", and 160 pounds. Mr. Moses is wanted in the connection with the murder of these 2 individuals and the shooting of these 3 other individuals. We have a want system for him, and we are seeking the public's help in terms of apprehending this individual. I am directly appealing to Mr. Moses to turn himself in. We will help facilitate that if he so chooses. At the same time, we are aggressively looking for Mr. Moses in connection with this crime. I have a couple phone numbers I'd like to give in the event the public is to is aware of Mr. Moses or know his whereabouts, that's area code 310-412-5246, or also area code 888-412-7463. Also, I know a lot of the public is familiar with the We Tip Crime line as well. Again, we are seeking the public's help in assisting us with the apprehension of Mr. Moses, and we will help. We're also asking Mr. Moses to turn himself in, and we will help facilitate.
Inglewood Police Chief urging the suspect in a deadly shooting in Inglewood earlier today to turn himself in as they continue to search for this man, 55-year-old, who shot and killed, according to the police, a father and his 4-year-old son, and injured several other members of that family. That's right. The entire neighborhood affected by this deadly shooting. A lot of area residents were forced to evacuate. CBS 2's Louisa Hodge spoke to some of them about their ordeal, and she joins us now live. Louisa?
Well, we spoke to the family's cousin and the family's grandmother by telephone today. They were in the hospital, obviously too emotional to go on camera, just dealing with this tragedy that is just so unimaginable. This stunned mother sat in an ambulance wearing an expression of terror after she and her family were gunned down.
The mom lost her husband and her son, and it's just really sad.
On Facebook, you can see pictures of this family of 6 flashing smiles, parents beaming proudly.
Nice family, yes, living, their life.
They seem really sweet and cute.
In this picture, you can see 7-year-old Crystal Lamas showing off her Principal's Honor Roll certificate. But this morning, she was fighting for her life after taking a bullet to the chest. When the gunman opened fire, police say this man, 30-year-old Fili Lamas, used his body to shield his children. 28-year-old Gloria Jimenez was shot in both legs, but she still managed to run from her home carrying her 4-year-old boy. Sadly, the 4-year-old died in surgery from a gunshot wound to his head. His 6-year-old brother was shot in the pelvis but survived. The only member of this family to escape uninjured was the oldest child, an 8-year-old boy. Friends and family say the gunman was living in the house behind the family's property for years, but he was going to be evicted by the end of the month. Some even told us the family was afraid of him.
Not in a way that they thought that he was going to kill them or anything, but he was weird. He was really weird, and when they called the police, they said, we can do nothing.
Police told residents on the street to stay inside their home because an armed and dangerous man was on the loose.
They just said that if we went outside the street to another street, we couldn't come back in.
Now everyone on this quiet Inglewood street is left questioning how something so horrific could happen to such a nice family. Now, because the smoke could be affecting some of the residents in these homes, Red Cross did set up a shelter at Crozier Middle School. But at this point, they tell us there's only a handful of residents that may need their services. Live here in Inglewood, Louisa Hodge, CBS 2 News.